after officials mock the then opposition Unity Party for lacking one. Speaking on the matter, CDC IT National Chairman Augustus Janga Cole said the party had chosen to comply with the order rather than resist, citing respect for the rule of law despite disputing the process. Janga Cole claimed the court had proceeded with a summary property recovery case while a related matter remained unresolved at the civil law court in violation of established legal procedures. He argued that a motion to dismiss the case and a separate petition to a Supreme Court were rejected without fair consideration. Janga termed the court's decision an abuse of judicial discretion that undermines democratic stability. According to the CDC IT chair, the party had earlier filed appeals in both the summary and specific proceedings with bills of exception already sent and endorsed by its Chambers Justice Siane Clinton Johnson. He said he also criticized the use of officers of the Liberia National Police to implement the eviction instead of court sheriffs, saying it sets an unusual precedent. Meanwhile, Janga stressed that the CDC did not abandon its headquarters, insisting instead that the Unity Party had done so during its term in power. He said arrangements were made to sustain the property through agreements with its owner, but those offers were rejected, something he believes was triggered by political interference from senior Unity Party officials. The Financial Intelligence Agency of Liberia has disclosed that the agency is intensifying its fight against illicit financial flow with a focus on corruption, drug proceeds, and terrorist financing. The FIA officer in charge, Mohamed Nazar, said the agency's work is to follow the money tracking funds from illegal sources such as corruption, human trafficking, and tax evasion. NASA disclosed that the agency recently fined 50/50 Casino $6 million Liberian dollars and Colony Casino $10 million for failing to meet anti-money laundering compliance standards. Mobile money operators have also faced penalties. Mohamed Nazar stated. Meanwhile, the FIA boss has revealed that a high-level delegation from the regional anti-money laundering body, GIEBA, is in Liberia. The delegation's visit, according to Nazar, is to review progress on recommendations from a 2023 evaluation report ahead of a major November conference to be hosted in Monrovia. Nazar stressed that illicit financial flows drain public revenue and vowed the FIA will not relent in tracking illegal funds and pushing institutions into full compliance with the law. The Governance Commission, in collaboration with the Ministries of Internal Affairs, Finance and Development Planning, has ended a two-day policy dialogue aimed at strengthening the coordination of the Monrovia City Corporation. The two-day brainstorming gathering held under the theme Improving Monrovia City Administration Through Effective Leadership, Proper Coordination and Resource Mobilization also captured strategy on mobilizing resources and the adoption of several recommendations. The policy dialogue brought together representatives from the MCC, the Governance Commission, and the Ministry of Internal Affairs, among others. Speaking at the program marking the end of the Policy Dialogue, Governance Commission 18 Chairman Professor Alaric Tokpa shares the need for the authority to demarcate Monrovia and statutory mandates. Professor Tokpa disclosed that participants have agreed that there is an urgent need to review the mandates of institutions that have similar mandates to the Monrovia City Corporation. The participants agreed on the importance of political and administrative reorganization of Monrovia City to align with other cities in international best practices. The president of the Press Union of Liberia, Julius Kanuba, has vowed to explore public-private partnerships for specialized reportorial training in the Liberian media. The PUL president hailed the recent capacity building training for over 30 journalists in specialized reporting on tax and revenue matters in collaboration with the Liberia Revenue Authority. Julius Kanuba said pushing for specialized training for media practitioners will make journalism more effective in Liberia. He disclosed that the PUL will forge more partners with private and public entities to ensure that journalists have in-depth understanding to report on different sectors. Kanuba at the same time expressed the PUL's commitment to leveraging strategic opportunities for its members to brew efficiency in the media. The program manager of the Teaching and Learning in Fragile Context project in Liberia, Madam Yvonne Kephart-Weir, has stressed the need for a strong foundation in reading writing skills built amongst children across Liberia. Madam Kephart-Weir said building a strong foundation in the reading culture amongst the school-going kids is best way forward in reducing poverty in Liberia. The Teaching and Learning in Fragile Context project in Liberia is sponsored by the Canadian-based charity organization that aims to help children through education, the Global Affairs of Canada. Speaking at the start of a 5-day teacher educators literacy training of trainers workshop, Madam Weir noted that the 5-day intensive training of trainers gathering is intended to equip participants in strategic planning and on literacy and to focus on foundational literacy programs. For his part, the director of the Division of Basic Education at the Ministry of Education, Michael Topor, said Education Ministry has developed foundational literacy and numerical models for all learning institutions across the country. According to Director Topor, foundational literacy and numerical models for learning institutions will help guide teachers' skills. He maintained that the initiative will also minimize the issue of children less than 10 years leaning into poverty. A grieving father in Bangabong County has been demanding justice more than 2 years after a tragic death of his son in a motorcycle accident. Staging a lone protest with a placard at the Bong County Detachment of the Liberia National Police, John Cole staged a one-man protest demanding justice for his late son, Emmanuel Cole, who died in a motorcycle accident bike in August 2022. The aggrieved father accused the Bong County Traffic Division of the Liberia National Police of conducting what he calls of flawed and incompetent investigation. Colette says the incident happened in the presence of police officers, but to date, he claims no thorough or fair investigation has been conducted. He informed reporters that several communications addressed to former Bong County Police Commander Faisal Sharif and the Inspector General of Police Colonel Gregory Coleman have yielded no fruitful outcome. John Colette has vowed to continue his protest until the incident that caused his son's death is investigated. Countering John's claim, Bong County Traffic Commander Mamadi Kane and Regional Traffic Commander Aaron Vesely have denied any wrongdoing. The two officers countered that an investigation was conducted in keeping with Section 9.4 of the National Traffic Regulations. The officers noted that evidence provided during the investigation established that Emmanuel Colette was attempting to overtake a truck near a police cone when he collided with another motorcyclist. According to Traffic Commander Kane, both riders were charged and the matter was forwarded to court, but he alleged that John Colette failed to appear in court on behalf of his late son on two separate occasions. However, an independent view by the Nimba County Traffic Commander reportedly supported the original findings. The officers insist the police have done their part and the court is the appropriate place for any further redress. Citizens in Margibi County were given a rare opportunity to engage directly with officials on inner workings of their local government, thanks to an awareness forum hosted by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia Central. The event, held under the Strengthening Political Governance and Accountability in Liberia project, aimed to educate residents on the functions of and services offered by the county service centers, facilities designed to decentralize government services and bring them closer to the people. Towon Jensi, project manager of Central, led the engagement. He emphasized the importance of citizens' awareness and participation in ensuring accountability and transparency at local levels. We want citizens to know what services they are entitled to, how to access them, and who to hold accountable when those services are not delivered. The county service center belongs to the people, the statement said. Participants at the event raised questions about service delivery fees and the responsiveness of local officials. Many expressed appreciation for opportunity to learn and be heard. The initiative is part of a broader efforts by Central and its partners to strengthen governance structures and build trust between citizens and the government. The government one county at a time. K News at 2. Emmanuel Josh, have a pleasant good afternoon from Painesville.